Okay, so in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about how taxes affect how much you pay for your health care in retirement, because health care in retirement is a big concern for a lot of people I talk to. So let's get started on this and let's see where we're going to go with this. Hold on, here it is in my pencil. So I'm going to draw a little bit of some bars here. All right. So on one side, we're going to put tax free. So let's say we have some money in a tax free account. And the other side, we're going to put tax deferred. I don't know if I spelled that right. But we got tax free and tax deferred. So let's say we have a healthcare cost, unexpected healthcare cost of $70,000. That's a big healthcare cost, right? You say, well, Tony, I have health insurance. Why would I ever have a $70,000 expense, lump sum expense for healthcare? Well, as we enter into retirement, our healthcare changes, right? There are custodial care issues. If we had a stroke or if we had dementia, any number of things that can cause, as we get older, a need for a custodial type care where somebody's really taking care of us, helping us get dressed, helping us, feed ourselves, all that, those kind of things we don't like to think about, but we call those long-term care type expenses. And those are not covered by Medicare or our typical health insurance. So let's say we need to go into some kind of a facility that's going to take care of us and help us to deal with those kinds of issues. Well, if that's the case, $70,000 happens to be pretty close to the average annual cost of that type of care. So we might have to take out $70,000 in just 1 year from our retirement account. Well, if we are fortunate enough to have tax diversified our retirement money, then we could take that $70,000 out in one lump sum from something like a Roth IRA or a LERP plan that I talk about. We could pull that $70,000 out and we would owe how much in tax? Zero. Well, what if we had to take that out of our IRA or our 401k, an account that is fully taxable? How would that look? Well, we can't just pull 70 out because we would have to pay taxes. So we wouldn't have the 70 at the end because some of that is going to go to Uncle Sam. So if you do the math on that, 70,000 is likely to put you into a higher tax bracket for the year, maybe one of the highest tax brackets. I'm going to assume it puts you into the 32% tax bracket, which is not unheard of if you pull that much money out of your account. So you would have to take $102,941 out. Then you would pay about $32,941 in tax to net the $70,000 that you would need to pay for that health care. So, by not having our accounts properly tax efficient, right, or diversified, what happens? Well, we could see here what happens. We end up paying an extra $32,000 of tax that we wouldn't have had to pay otherwise. You say, yeah, but Tony, if I put money in a tax-free account, doesn't that cost me taxes today in order to put that money into a tax-free account? I mean, even to get it from the IRA over to a Roth IRA to do a conversion, wouldn't that cost me money? And absolutely right, it would cost you money. So you have to weigh that. But the difference is if you did put it over here to the tax-free side and you start moving money from here over to here, you could do that in a planned out strategic way. And if you did that, well, then The difference is, let me go back to letters to be easier to type this. The difference is you would be able to control how much tax you would pay each year. You'd get to have some control over that, because it wouldn't be like, oh my goodness, I'm going into a nursing home, next month. I need to get 70,000. No, we could take a little bit every year and convert it from your tax deferred over to your tax free, and it wouldn't cost you $32,000 in one big chunk. It might not even cost you $32,000 at all. Also, you'd be able to spread out that tax over a period of time, which would make it less painful because some of it could be paid by interest and growth and income on the money. You'd also be able to potentially lower the tax bracket, right? Because if you didn't pull it all out in one year, well, it might not push you into the 32% bracket. Maybe it would only be the 22 or even the 12 if we did this over a period of time. And if you were able to do that and pay less tax, well, then when you did need that health care, the money would last much longer because you wouldn't have to pull out as much money each year to meet your needs. So your actual nest egg would last you a lot longer in retirement, even during a health crisis, if you were tax diversified. So hopefully from this short video, you start to see the reasons why tax diversification is so important. So I hope this video helps you to see why it's so important. And if you haven't yet, check out my other video. It should be somewhere on this page on how to avoid this big retirement mistake and retire stress-free. Check out that video. It's only 10 minutes long, and it talks about a risk that a lot of people are also not aware of. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.